So, what I'm doing right now is I am attempting to use, what is it called? Restream via OBS so that I can program, or that I can stream from both Steam or not Steam, that I can stream to both Twitch and YouTube at the same time. So, I want to see if it's actually working. So, I want to see if it shows on here that I'm streaming. So I'm going to go to my channel, and it shows that I'm streaming. That's awesome. It shows on here that I'm streaming. So if I go over to live stream for YouTube, I refresh this, it also shows I'm streaming. Oh wait, hold on. That's interesting. I don't think YouTube likes me very much right now. That's interesting. Okay, no, it shows I'm streaming. That's cool. Yeah, okay, it's streaming on both now. That's awesome. Okay, no, it shows I'm streaming. That's cool. Yeah, okay, it's okay, cool. Um, yeah, never done that before. Now I know how people do it. They use Restream. Let's check this. So for context, so what my program does, I'm happy I saved this little diagram, is that what it does is basically you feed the program. There's two programs here that make up this core program, and so what it does is here. Okay, cool. So what it basically does here is that this program, uh, so you input a video basically into the first program, and in this case I have it, that ideally has swear words in it so the program can do its thing. um, and then from there it'll take this video and it will make it into a transcript. And what that basically is, when you turn on captions, that's basically what that is that it converts the video and what words were said in the video over into text. So normal like YouTube and transcripting in general will just do like sections of a sentence. Well, for this program, since I'm gonna have to find the exact time a curse word was said, I have to do it per word. So what I had to do in order to get that to work is that I had to use a pre-trained, you have to excuse my ignorance, basically a pre-trained AI model that will detect words that I say. And so after it basically I feed this video through this transcripting program, I now have an output.txt file as the transcript. And so from there, and there's a lot more that goes on here, but that's pretty much what program 1 does here. And that's the end of the program. And the reason it's broken up into two sections is I'll explain here in a minute. Um, is that when I was doing research on this, is that it appeared that a bunch of video editors could transcribe videos for you, but they couldn't auto bleep words out for you. So technically speaking, I already have this working that most video editors can do for you. I mean, YouTube automatically does it for me, I know. I don't know about Twitch. I'm new to Twitch. Alright. I had a good little experience this morning with Twitch. Um, but, yeah. So, what the second half of this program does is it takes that file, that every single word that was said is timestamped. And from there, I run it through. I forget what each letter stands for. I'm sorry. This was like done at like 6 to 8 a.m. in the morning. It takes this transcript and it basically throws it into. Gosh darn it, I'm sorry. Let me redraw this. Let me get a new paint program running. For program 2, I have my video file that I want to edit. I have my transcript file that I have all the text in. So basically what program 2 does is that based on this transcript, I need to search, I think that's what it was, for words. So, oh, it was swear words. It searches for swear words. I can't even remember my own acronyms. But I need to basically feed it the transcript. And what it will do is it will keep searching for swear words. And if it finds one, what it will do is that it will store that into a list or an output array. Basically, it makes a list of the start time of a swear word, the end time of a swear word. It goes from there. And so, after the program does this, what happens is that it converts this video array. It basically converts this video into an audio file. What it does is, based on this array, my program will filter out and discover, based on this array, everything in the audio file, and it will keep doing this process of finding these curse words, this start and end curse word. It'll just basically go in there, take that section of the swear word, and it will replace it with a bleep, and then it will stitch it all back together. And it'll just repeat this process, but it purely edits the audio file. Because if you do this to the audio and video file, you start getting corruption. Because now you're making, for a video file, a copy of a copy of a copy of a copy of a copy. And that's not what we need to do here. And so, I can show you the difference between the two. I'll have to mute the desktop audio, but I'll show you. So this is what I believe, okay, well, I know for sure. This is the original video. So this is what it should look like. And for context, I always need to lead with this. So in order to detect a swear word, I need to record the swear words, right? Cursing, slurs, whatever. That's what this array does here, this list does here. So for testing, I have to say these words. That's why it's muted. I know terms of services are sketchy, and I haven't skipped through them, I'll be honest. And if there's a problem with it, I'll look into it. But for now, the purpose of this program is, in order to better further the future of my own videos, I have to, have this program to detect these words. So you need the words to detect the words to get rid of the words. So that's basically what this is that every bad word that I want removed goes right here. Now some of these words are not read correctly. Like sometimes this word gets transmitted, or blah, blah, blah. Sometimes the AI that transcripts this stuff for me will turn this word into this word into this word, and this word into this, or this word into this word. It switches stuff around sometimes. So that's why these words are in here. There's been a few more added words, and some of these have been reordered from what they currently are in this, but the general concept is still the same. I think this now is here, this is now here, but I needed to have these words here like this because otherwise it's not going to detect things correctly, and words will slip by otherwise. I will say, I'm not going to show this video in its full audio, and yes, that's me in the corner, so that I can check resolution and everything, so that I can read my lips as I'm saying these words to make sure there's not too big of an audio desync, because that was one of the biggest things I was worried about. Because in the old version of this program, this is what it looked like as the output. What was wrong with this version is that what the program would do is that, like I said before, it would edit the video and the video's audio, but the key thing here is what happened is that it'd make a copy of the video, save all the audio basically into the video, recopy the video, do more tweaking, delete the original, replace it, and it'll just keep doing this process. until all the curse words were done. So I'm basically having a copy of a copy of a copy of a copy of a copy until all curse words have been said. And as you can see, um, my own personal video quality has dropped from that. Basically, it's dropped from what it was, which is what I'm about to show you, to that. So it should not look like that. It should look like this. So my final output as of right now, I believe it is this. Hold on. Video. Oh great, encoding messed up. I have to replay the video. Great, I broke it again. I'm being impatient. Okay, there's something wrong with this video. It was working fine before. Trust me. I have streams and recordings of it working correctly. But for some reason the video freezes here. But basically the video froze when I started cursing. Not sure why it's doing that. It wasn't before. Um, and I'm not sure why this temp file is here. It shouldn't be. That's suspicious. Okay. I think I now understand why I had my camera as big as I did at the time. But regardless. Let me rerun this program. But yeah, basically it keeps running through this filter and it outputs finally a video file that is labeled the exact same name as this video with just the two slapped at the end. So when it's done, or it might be output file, I frankly can't remember, but currently it would have this as an input and this would be your output. But for some reason that video is messing up right now. Not sure why. That's a kind of a big problem. Little big problem. Hopefully that will not break my YouTube live stream of me adding the guy screaming. Um, yeah, okay. But anyways, fun stuff. Regardless, sorry, I'm editing something right now about the stream. I guess I'll put under people and blogs. I mean, I'm not really sure what else to list that under. I appreciate Twitch having a like a people talking one. I'm not sure what exactly that's considered. A just chatting category. But anyways, that's cool. But yeah, let me rerun my program really quick because something is clearly wrong. Let me verify that first video is the correct video. Oh, it's not. It's not based on this output. Okay, so something you should know. So the AI is working, as in the when you do the transcripting stuff. Like I said, it's a pre-trained AI model, and so what that will result in is that that there'll be a confidence level on the output text file. Brace yourself, there might be swear words. Um, this is the confidence percentage. You can see right here, these are 100, this not so much. That's probably because, based on the data that it was provided for training, that there was not a lot of all rights, or when it was used, it does, it's whatever, But because of this uncertainty and stuff, it can also lead to incorrect words. Despite the fact that this says the word book, um, these words here actually should be, between you and me, ass and buck, B-U-C-K. This is ASS. For some reason, it was certain, after I ran it a second time, refed the video back through, that it was still an S and not ass. It's missing an AS and plus that S, and it puts book instead of buck for some reason. Um, Now, that only happens when I talk at a medium speed. I'm not sure what that translates to, like words per second or whatever. But when I said each word slowly with enough time gap between it, um, then it recognized it fine. When I said it really fast, it recognized it fine. So it's some weird miscellaneous problem in the program. And I keep looking over here, I'm sorry, because I have my OBS open right now. So I'm looking at myself. um, but yeah, maybe I should just have that tabbed out. But I don't want it tabbed out. I like seeing this. I like seeing my chat here and everything too. Maybe it'd be smarter if I had a monitor sort of here next to my main, just right up here. Near my, like, squished in between the camera. But I can't really do that. I'm in an apartment. I can't put holes in the walls, so. Regardless, here, let me start recording too. So I have a copy. Let me start recording too. So I also have a desktop copy of this, um, for myself. Um, yeah. Now, what I will say that I've noticed is that, for whatever reason, I'm sorry, I'm checking something. Okay, cool. I have both my YouTube and my Twitch pulled up at the moment on my third monitor over here, and my streaming stuff over here, and my main content on this monitor. I have a camera sitting on. Basically, uh, when it falls to text these words, it will just, it's gonna put everything here. But what you're seeing here is that I had to add on to the program the ability to realize that there are no swear words in the program. Because every test video I fed it, there's been a swear word, and it's always considered that. And so it's always checking the things in the array. So when there was nothing in the array, so basically, if there is nothing to check, it freak out, because it can't do its job. It did not know not to check nothing. So I had to tell it. It's just what it's what it is. It's programming, man. Um, that's what I was doing. Somewhere. It's right here. Basically, info is the array that I pull from this output.txt file, and that's what I was showing you. It outputs all this information. Basically, this loads it into a program that looks for all these cursing words and everything, and here's all the curse words I was talking about. Um, but basically, this just makes a big old list of them in an array, and it just outputs them at the very end. And it'll print this for me so I can see them myself. In here, which is what we saw here. There's no curse words because, like I said, when you refeed the transcripting program, originally any curse words, the video with no curse words in it that it just did, all it's going to detect here, should it go to like 270 if there's no curse words? Yeah. I just know that because I've seen the difference between the two files. There's not a single curse word in here. There is no ass. There's no fuck. There's no damn. There's no shit. Shit. um, but like I was saying, there is book for some reason. That's a spelling error. The only reason I know that that's a problem is because I rewatched the video and my demo video of like a minute and 10 seconds and realized I didn't detect a word. So let me check my git status. Okay. So what this is doing right now, oh, hold on. I need to, let me check something. This program needs to be the correct one where I'm swearing. Okay, so this is the one where it bleeps stuff out. So I need to get rid of this program. This is the original. Let me verify that it has cursing in it. That's a bad word. So yes, it's the original. So, okay. So what this program's about to do is that it's about to transcribe a bunch of data to this text file when it's all said and done. This process for this video length, from what I've seen, it takes about 40 to 50 seconds, so about 45 seconds. So, I only have one viewer on Twitch because I'm watching my own stream over here. That's funny. And I have probably maybe, I don't even have a viewer on YouTube even though I'm viewing my own video, so that's kind of funny. But regardless. I wonder if Twitch chat will transmit to YouTube chat as well. But I honestly don't care enough right now to check. Anyways, you can see all these words came through. And it just broke past here. And it made the naughty words. And yes, of course, book is in here. See? So the main words that are not mentioned, like I said, are ass and buck. B-U-C-K. Um, so when I played this output video for you here in a minute, see what I'm talking about. So what it's doing right now is that you can see here audio concatenated. What that means is that every single time a curse word was said, what it does, it takes the full audio clip, it finds where I swore, it deletes that audio, and it inserts into that exact spot the bleep, and then it saves it. That audio. Well, at least temporarily. And then it'll just keep repeating that process down the line for every curse word it finds. So what it's doing right now is that it is writing a video output file where it is stitching that audio that was manipulated with the video. This is different from what I was doing before because I was making a copy of a copy of a copy of a copy of a file. What this is doing is that it's just stitching together a bunch of files in, I believe, one go, just together, of where I've just bleeped, basically. It's pretty nice. Now, if I bleep maybe 1,000 times, I don't know how that'll affect the audio, but at least the video will look great. But, yeah. So, okay. So the output video is now done. So let me verify that it's good. Okay, my words are now, my mouth is now moving when swearing. Okay. I will show you this video unmuted so that you can see that on these, I do three, let me do the camera again. So I do 3 test runs. Like I said, I do it slowly, at medium speed, and then repeated or in like quick succession, I think was the exact words I used in the video. Which just means really fast back to back. That's because, you got those friends that are like, like, stupid, you know, I had to verify that that worked correctly. But I will say, every time a racial slur was said, because you have to filter those out too, you have to filter them out, that it did in fact catch it. So like I said, only in the middle section, so around 40 seconds or so, between 40 and 50, is where this word, and I believe one of these 2 words messed up. I couldn't remember which one I said it was, or it was this one, where it put book as buck, B-U-C-K. But let's watch the video. Alright, this is an audio test. I'm going to say every single one of these words. Watch my mouth. Let's hope for not an audio delay. You ready? No audio delay. I'm going to say it slowly and then fast. I don't know how much of a time gap there will be between, but here we go. Alright, now I'm going to repeat it a little faster. That's where it messes up. Ass. Here. Buck. Alright, now in quick succession. This is my favorite. Concluding test. Ah, I love it. Works great. But it's not the clipping audio out fault. It is the transcripting part that was at fault, like I said before, because that was just now generated. Because like I said, for some reason the word book is in here at around 55 seconds. And if I go to 55 seconds, you will see where I said that word, and my cursor's over it. Buck. See? Same with the A word, where it just said S, because it didn't detect anything, right? And so, what timestamp was that? It was 44. Inside joke. Ass. See? So, my philosophy here is that if I get more pre-trained models from the exact same place that I got mine, which was here. This was one of the ones that was recommended online. And currently I'm using this model, and in my GitHub, this is not included. Because this file is this big this folder is compressed. Uncompressed, I can't remember. But either way, Git will not allow me to push it to GitHub. So I just have it in there as my git ignore. And it states in my GitHub where to download this from. So with that being said, let me check something. Okay. Okay, so unzipped, it is 3.75 gigabytes. And the graph output file or folder is 1.32 gigs. I don't think I've ever used graph. I could be wrong. I don't know exactly what's going on in the behind the scenes. I should, but I don't. But realistically, the only reason I chose this one is because my thought process was it's bigger, so it's probably better because it's more robust. Um, I think I tried to do it with this at one point. It's in here. Okay, yeah, apparently I tried it with these two at some point, but I know that I was doing some testing, and I think this was the more accurate one out of all of them. But if it misses a curse word like those two, and that's due to a transcripting error, not a editing error, then obviously the problem is here. And by rerunning it through, like I said, it did not detect any curse words because it was using the same training data set as before. Not saying that it couldn't pick it up, but there was this, yeah. So maybe using a different data set might help. So I'm contemplating a possible way to upgrade this is to, after it's done, is to use a different data set and just retranscribe everything to verify that no curse word was missed. For the final output. Just kind of like this one works, so maybe this middle area right here can detect something, can detect that, that information that it's trying to so badly net. But yeah. So that is what is going on. But for now, what I really want to do is I really want to I'm gonna close you, close you, and let's say I try to I'm gonna try to try it. I want to see if it'll do the full process here. Let me, and there are still some issues here, I'll be honest. Like this .wave file shouldn't exist here. I'm keeping this one around for proof. Here, give me a second, my roommate's here. Alright, we cool, we cool. Um, Basically what I'm wanting to happen right now is I'm wanting the video to basically, um, I want the whole process to basically go from scratch. So I deleted the audio clip that it generates, which I need it to technically automatically delete. It's just extra memory that's not necessary after the transcription occurs. It's just being wasted because I don't need it anymore after that because movie.py strips it from the video from there. As in, it strips the audio from the video file. It does not strip it from the original audio file. To my knowledge. I mean, I guess I could find out. Just make it deleted at the end of, here. Oh, wait, did it actually just do what I wanted it to do? For context, this is the exact same name as up here. That's why it also auto-highlighted when I moved this across. Meaning that if I just put file name in here, it would work exactly the same. Meaning that I only have one program now to run, not two, just one. If that's the case, that'd be great. What this allows me to do is I don't have to basically type this file name twice over here. I can literally just, basically this references a bunch of different program files in order to get this to work. So let me now verify that this works. And it, again, the video might go corrupt for a second. Let me check. Yes, it's still the same. As in, yes, it shows it's modified or whatever, but it's still showing this because of the issue that I specified before. Yeah, let's watch that video. Let me mute the desktop audio just in case. Just in case it hits the fan. My eyes hurts. Or, yeah, well, they both hurt, but you know. It's gonna miss this word. Okay, it worked. It worked exactly the same. You didn't miss anything. Um, so os.remove, isn't it? os.remove, name of file. Okay. Okay. So, good God, man, what the heck? Okay. So, what it should now have is, the program should have the ability to, only need one input file. It should now state the disclaimer that the output may include bad words, and that sucks. You use the program, you accepted the possibility of that happening. I'm not sure how legally binding that is, but you know what? It is at least a nice disclaimer. Um, I mean, I don't know if I need a little like wait thing here or whatever, or like a input prompt for the video. I might do that. Um, but at least for testing and developing, it is nice just to hard code in the name of the video for right now. Um, which I can obviously, like I said, I can change that later as necessary. Um, or there be hard coding in the future, which is not recommended ever. Or simply just taking the name of the file. Which is ideal. If possible, and I've never done this before, I'd like to the ability to, like, when you select a file, for something, like if you upload it, save it to somewhere or whatever, how it opens like the file directory and how it opens, this up, and you can choose what file you want to like open, close, save, whatever. I like to be able to do that for this program, so I can just drag in, as soon as this runs, I could have a prompt that says, please select the video file you'd like to edit, and then it state like, um, select file or something. It has, or like it has a button here. It says like empty, you know, or in the button says like select file or something, or open file directory, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Then I can just like click on the file that I want it to edit, and then it'll just go. And all it does is it just takes the file name of what I just clicked on. I mean, that'd be the most ideal. I don't know if it'd actually be easy. I don't mess with too much UI or Python. I do more background stuff and whatever. I mean, realistically, what I need to do, this is a side note, that I need to move all of these dependencies into a folder and change the file paths and everything. I'm not sure if I need to do it up here or what, but yeah, file paths for all of these dependency files and go from there. Which kind of takes me back to that .bash file. If I can just basically get it to request for the name of the program, or like I said, that pop-up thing, that'd be great. Then I can just, extrapolate the name from it, either via manual input of a string like this, or the file thing that I just said, and then the .batch file can just basically feed this to the program, and then just be on its way. Let me Oh, I also told it to do that. Oopsies. Let me, once again, delete those unnecessary files, like I said before. I don't need that. I don't need the wave file. I think those were the two. Was there anything else? I technically shouldn't delete this file, ever, because I don't think I have it set up correctly to just make a new file. It's not hard. It's not hard if the file's missing. It's not hard. I just haven't done it yet, and it's not too big of a problem because it automatically overrides the current contents of this file. And this file should never be deleted. Technically, yes, it's more miscellaneous memory stored on the computer. However, you know, it's good for debugging in the end, and if something doesn't go right, you can go back and check it. So not everything needs to be tidied up, because if you have to go back and check something again, whether you're the user or the developer, it's nice to have there. And like, not to mention, I said to the user, you need to check certain things. Um, I don't know if I spelled that right or not, but we're gonna leave it there. That's fine. Um, okay. So now that I've saved everything and deleted all unnecessary files, let's run this one again, shall we? So here's my little disclaimer. Here's some examples, and enjoy. I'll just do that. I guess it takes 40 seconds for this current process to work. For this video, like 40 to 45 seconds, whatever. No, 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 no. I need to time this entire process. Hey, how you doing? So, a little bit of context with what I'm doing right now. As the name implies, um, right now I'm just editing my program right now. It works right now, and that's also partially of what I'm testing. Um, it automatically, when you feed it an audio file, it will basically automatically, as an end result, bleep out any swear word that you say. You just have to tell it which words to bleep out. Um, it works well. It works well. But right now I'm testing. What I just did is I had to run two separate programs and I just meshed them together. And I'm still kind of in the process of doing that and adding a few disclaimers here and there. the user. So they're just simple little statements like this, yeah, like that. And so I'm making sure if I do everything from scratch again, everything works fine and nothing explodes. We don't want our stuff exploding. Okay, so this should be the output file. I'm gonna mute my desktop audio just in case a bad word is said. Um, just in case. If it's, well, depending on how it goes, I'll play the audio. So, for a little context, really quick, in order to get bad of the root mean words, I have to filter through the mean words and use them. That's what this is. Just keep that in mind. It's a minute long video. Got that one. Okay, so I passed the first test, and I'll say these words a little bit faster. It so for I'm gonna pause it real quick. So for context, some words are not bleeped out because it's not my fault. It's because I am using a basically a pre-trained AI model that will transcript these words for me, which basically that's like the closed caption stuff. And for these each of these words, it basically gives me a start time for the words and an end time for these words. Like you can see all these bad words, and all of these are coming from the video, but it shows a start time and an end time. And since an AI is being used, um, it shows how confident the AI is in what words I said. Like it's 91% sure that I said this word. It's pretty sure I said this word. It's wrong. I said something else, but it thinks I said this word. So this should be the word buck. And the reason I have to include certain words, I know buck's not a bad word, but since the program sometimes thinks that fuck is that word, I have to include it in there just in case that the program detects it as that. But for some reason it detected that word as book, which is it's new to me. But earlier on in this program, instead of saying ass, it just put s. But for like, and again, I said these words 3 times. I said them slowly, said them at a medium pace, and then I said them really fast, back to back. In my video, I say rapid succession, which is my favorite part of watching this video. um, but yeah, basically, my program just takes the video, does all this, looks for every bad word, and then based on the start and end time, it just auto bleeps out the word for me. Um, so it's not my fault if it doesn't bleep out a word. It's the data model that it uses. And that's what one of my disclaimers is. It's like, if it misses a word, it's not my fault. You chose to use it. You chose to use this program. So you've accepted the consequences if it doesn't work how you want it to. Go back to the video and make sure that these words are being filtered out properly. Okay, well it messed up buck, like I said before, on this middle check. Thanks, man. Quick succession. It's getting every word correctly. Every word correctly. Okay, I'll show you the video now that I know it's mostly okay. Like I said, I'll do 3 tests. The first one, perfectly fine. Second one, like I said, it misses this word, and it misses this word, because for some reason it just puts that, like I showed you just a second ago, this is just an S. This one just says book for some reason. Oh, you're new to coding. Oh, cool. What are you, well, let me think. Yeah, what programming language are you using for programming? Yeah, book to book. It's so annoying. It's so annoying. And the funny thing is that my first idea was to just refeed this video back to the program to see if it'll find buck, and it didn't. And so I had to put in a new part of my program. Oh, Python. Okay, well that's what I'm using here. You probably recognize some of the stuff I'm doing here. All my Python stuff. Using an array here and everything to store just these list of bad words. Um, and some of this is a bit. I think this is a. Can't remember what this is, but I'll be honest. I've had some good old Chat GPT help, and then kind of just been playing around with what it's handing me, and looking up the documentation for some of these background libraries. It's a time. It's a time, and I've had to ask ChatGPT for help, and I'm just using my basic programming knowledge that I have, and then just trying to understand what ChatGPT says. How long did it take? How long did it take, bro? How long did it take for me to, for like the video to process and everything? Or like how long did it take for this video to shoot? Because this video is a minute and 10 seconds. But for the editing, it took, well, I need to time it. That's what I needed to do next. That's what I needed to time it. But for the first version of this, just to show you, it's come a long way. The very first version of this, it should look like this. This is what it should look like. This is what it looked like the very first time I got this project to run. The video quality is terrible, and it's like that for the entire. It gets worse, I might argue, for the entire program. And the ending audio sounds terrible. That little that's not great. It what basically happened here for this project, for this output to happen, is that every time you make a copy of a copy, there's some data loss. And so if you make, in this case, for what this was doing, like 47 copies of the original file, it's just gonna degrade the file. But to answer your question, how long the project's taken, um, that's a good question actually. So I started this project on January 1st of this year, so first of the year, just kind of as a fun project for me to do, because I'd like to crank out more videos on YouTube and Twitch and stuff. But I have some friends that use some choice words, and when if you know what Lethal Company is, um, there's a enemy called the Bracken. When that comes behind you and just scares the hell out of you, so you might use some choice words yourself. And I'd like to upload more, but I also know that video editing takes a while. And yeah, I could use that first part of the program that just makes this and just look for every curse word, but that's cringe. And I looked at more fancy software like Adobe stuff. I can't remember what is used for video editing. Um, is Premiere Pro? I can't remember. Um, but it also can do this transcripting stuff for me, but it cannot bleep out words for me. And it looks like not a lot of programs can do that. There was a question. Um, can program auto bleep words? Do a Stack Overflow. Yeah. Oh no, it was a Reddit question. So, basically this was like 3 years ago. And yeah, it's Adobe like Premiere Pro or whatever, and this is what it says. I can't remember. I'm not gonna read it, but I believe this is Are you live daily? I'll be honest. I'm on like low amounts of sleep. I don't fully understand what you mean. Like, do I program this daily? No, I didn't. I was getting to that. Sorry. Um, a little distracted. But this all basically started because I couldn't find a program that could auto bleep things for myself. Um, for like video editing software, and so I just programmed it in Python myself. I was like, well, the first part of this program, really ghetto sketch here, is it basically just writes the transcript. For the first program was just writing this transcript here, which is this output file. The second program, I'll save you all these arrows and stuff, but the final output file would basically take the transcript file, which tells you the start time and an end time of any word. So if it finds a curse word, it'll take the start and the end time from the audio, and it'll remove that curse word and then just shove in a bleep. It'll just keep doing that going down the line, and eventually it'll take that audio and stitch it together with the original video, and then it'll output the file. That's what it does now. Oh, are you live daily on Twitch? Oh, I gotcha. So, I'll be honest, today's the first day I've really started going live on Twitch. Um, Mainly because I wanted to kind of show this project off. I mean, I know a lot of people don't care probably about it, but I personally find it interesting and I like talking about it. And so I thought, might as well get it out there. If I'm gonna do, you know, if I'm gonna try and crank out some videos here and there and run this program in the background, I might as well talk about it beforehand. So if something slips through the cracks, I can be like, well, but it does DT and runtime. My brain's fried. What do you mean by DT? I can learn from you a lot. Oh, thank you. It's cool, man. Thank you. Um, I probably okay, to get to your original question. This project probably took uh oh, that DT. Gotcha. Uh it does that in runtime. Yeah, that's what it does in runtime. Is that it takes the second half of the program, it takes that video and strips the audio clip from it, and then with that transcript file, it finds every curse word, and then just keeps a copy of these curse words, the start and the end time. Once it finds the end time of a curse word, that's when it will start editing that audio, where it's like, oh, a curse word's right here, let's rip out that and put in the bleep. Oh, another curse word's right here, another end time, let's, shove another one in here, and here, and here, and then it restitches it, yeah. It's probably took, in terms of hours, um, this is probably a low ball estimate, but maybe a couple days total. Because like I said, I'm not entirely sure. I've been working on and off on this program. I've basically been on and off until today, because my brother's been really wanting to play Lethal Company with me, and was getting really annoyed when I started working on this program, and I wasn't playing with him. And I love him a lot, but I was really wanting to get this program done so that I could post, these fun videos of us having fun and everything, so that others can enjoy us having fun, and maybe get some funny clips of these little, Lethal Company moments. I'm basically talking about Lethal Company, because that's the main one we've been playing lately, Lethal Company and Fortnite. So, take care of your health, buddy. Yeah, long story short is I take a decent amount of allergy medication, and I'll be honest, I forgot to take it yesterday. And so some of it's necessary, some of it's not. And your boy kind of forgot to take it yesterday, and so he's paying the price today for it. His nose is a bit runny. Might I don't think I have a cold, but for sure it's not great. It's not great. Not to mention I had got a bit excited with this program, and I stayed up a good chunk of the night working on this just because I was just on a roll. You are coughing a lot because of it. Yeah, it's because my nose is really stopped up right now, and so the drainage is running to the back of my throat right now, and so it's causing me to cough. It's just getting the back of my throat. It's really annoying. It's it's in Git. Um, so you said you're new to programming. So do you? I barely half understand how Git works. Do you understand how Git works? I might I'll try to to explain how I use it, not necessarily the right way to use it. Um, for I'm using Git, um, which is just me basically just choosing to how I'm using it a little bit. Okay, so um, right now I'm just using Git to back up all my programs and everything. I know technically you're not supposed to like back up videos, back up stuff like that. I just do the whole folder with exception to the like trained AI model that I have on here, which is a folder. It's this one because this is I believe it's 3.5 gigs. Yeah, okay, 3.75. And I tried to push it in a previous version of this project to GitHub, and it did not like it. It liked some of the smaller AI pre-trained models, I think, but it did not like this one. So in order to ignore a file, I'm using a git ignore file here, and it tells it to ignore this folder. I can tell it to ignore specific files as well, um, and whatnot, or like a cluster of files. But yeah, I'm just using this to tell the program, hey, in GitHub, please don't send this because, well, it doesn't need to know the because. I know the because it just doesn't work. That's why this is the second version of this. The first version of this was the version that it wasn't pushing anymore. I already had previous commits, so like local backups basically, of where that was stored in there, and it kept trying to basically throw it online, push it to the online server, and it didn't like it. So how I'm using Git is my 3 to 4 um, main functions I use is let's open a little notepad here. It's git add. So what this does is that it will add all the program files that have been changed, whether you deleted them or whatever since your previous commit. But the more important one in front of that is git status. What that does is that if anything's changed from your last backup, it will say, like this was changed, like what files were changed. So let's say, for example, I add a space to this output.txt file. So if I do, I'm just going to clear this really quick. If I do git status, okay, so it shows that I have modified my output.txt file. So it knows something's changed. And so that helps me know what I've tweaked, what I've changed. And so I'll just do git add, and it's just going to add all those changes. That's what I do. I don't know if that's what you should do. That's what I do because I'm just backing up everything. Because I'm using it as a backup of stuff in version control if I have to roll back to a previous version. That's how Git should be used, as a version control. So if you want, like, for example, let's say 5 different people are working on the same, like, base program, what you can do is you can have, oh, thanks, man. Thanks for the follow. I can make branches like a tree. I can make a branch here, branch here. I can make a branch here, here, and here. I can make 5 different branches from the original, you know, program. And each 5 of us can work on our own thing. And later on, if we want to, we can merge them, all these branches together, in order to make, that main master file. But since I'm only working by myself, that's not too much of a problem. Um, and so I just have uh, a branch called working filter right now. Usually it's like main or something, like, the main branch or whatever. Um, Graphs and stuff definitely help explain all this. I know it's a bit overwhelming, but I'll just, to go back a little bit, I'll just do that. My git add, my 2 important functions thus far: git status to check on my files, git add. What this does is it says, hey computer, I want to add all these programs back. I meant the way you use Git, by the way. I'm a beginner itself. I decided to follow you as a mentor. Oh, thank you. I'm hoping to, I'll be honest, my school semester just started today. And so, in college. So I'm not sure how much I will be able to stream. I'm hoping I'll be streaming a bit more and hopefully doing more programming projects. But if I don't, I'm sorry. But I am hoping to stream more programming projects because I've done a handful of fun projects. Um, One of my favorites is it's like a 32 by 32 LED matrix display. You said you had a YouTube. Yes, I do. There's a bit more content on that one. I'll throw it out to you. There you go. Yeah, I have a lot more content on there. Um, it's just various videos. There's some programming on there. Most of it's gaming. Some of it's small tidbits of projects and stuff. Like one, I see senior design one here. Can you get much higher? And a lot of Minecraft videos and a lot of experimenting with videos and shorts. Um, but yeah, I'm basically if I'm gonna be streaming, I just now set up where I can stream on both YouTube and Twitch. So hopefully that means now that I can basically have a save of these streams somewhere else other than my computer. Um, but yeah, sorry, I'm getting distracted. But yeah, forget just my two main functions right now is get status to check on my files, get add to say, hey, I want to add all of these to a local backup. So I need to now say, what do I want to label this local backup? So I'll do git commit -m demonstrating a commit to chat. So I've now backed it up locally to my computer. That's what I mean by locally. It's only backed up on my computer. So if I go to, oh, hold on. Computer, stop. Sorry, I have my Alexa's trigger word as computer. But in order for me to put it onto the online server, so in this case GitHub, um, then I need to do git. Well, let me double check to make sure everything's backed up. So this is where we do another git status to make sure everything's fine. So everything's fine. I'm currently on my working branch or working filter branch. Like I was talking about, you got your main. Now I have my working branch. Because I was experimenting with stuff, I wanted to make sure I didn't break that, original working program. Any experiments I'll do over here just in case. I can, merge them later. But it says your branch is ahead of origin/working filter by one commit. So, like I just said, use git push to publish your local commits. So if I want basically all my local backups, in this case I have one commit, so one local backup to be on the online server, and I need to do git push. And I ignore most of this stuff. So okay, so theoretically this should now be on this GitHub right here, which I might have privated, meaning that you cannot see it if you try to go to the URL. Which is a nice thing about GitHub. I can hide certain projects I don't want people to see. Yeah, it's on private right now. So I'll just show this to you to show where it is now. But this is my local GitHub. You can see it just said I had recent pushes 19 seconds ago. If I can't see. Can't see. What can't you see? Is my face cam blocking something or? I'll check chat here in a minute for what you said. Yeah, that's because I had set this to private right now. If I change it to just kind of like YouTube videos, you can publish something as public or private. So right now this is private, meaning that only I can see it unless I share it with somebody. And since this is this GitHub currently has videos of me swearing in it and saying certain choice words, because like I said, I'm backing up videos that I technically shouldn't, because you're not technically supposed to do that, but it's fine for what I'm doing. I don't want other people to have them. I might make a version 3 of this at some point and then release it so that other people can use it. I just don't want other people to have these videos and then not that they will, but in the chance that, I become president or something, it might be used against me. This stream might be used against me, but it's for a good reason. It's all for a good reason. Um, but yeah. But yeah, this project probably took several days to do. I heavily leaned on ChatGPT to help me with this. Um, because I just typed in prompts like, I can show you a few of the prompts that I have stored here. Um, I don't know if it worked or not, but like, here's one of them. Um, uh, like I said, use movie.py, which is a Python library, to concatenate, which means to basically stitch together or add together, kind of like in an array when you store things next to each other. It's kind of like that. It's just like putting them next to each other. Audio clips. So in this case, if I have like 3 audio clips, I want my starting audio clip, my bleeping audio clip, and my ending audio clip all to be together. You had a video of you coding from scratch. Yeah, I had, if it's a video I think it is, can you actually send me that video so I know which one you're talking about? I know it's gonna be a minute for me to dig for it. Um, but I made a Scratch game back in high school. That's actually how I originally learned how to program. I hate to say that. I used Scratch in high school, and then for like only a quarter of the semester, just for us to understand the general basics of programming, and then we next went to Python, and that's where that's where a majority, if not all of my Python understanding comes from. Is junior year in high school. I went to a technical college, if you will, like I spent like half the day at my normal high school, and then the other half of the day at Tulsa Tech, which I appreciate doing now because that led me to my major that I'm doing in college, or that I had finished as of this last year or two, in electrical and computer engineering, which is basically an electrical engineer who designs hardware, who can also program. It's just, in this case, I'm just doing mostly programming because I enjoy it. And it keeps my skills sharp. I mean, you know, so, if you don't use it, you'll lose it. But, I mean, like, well, saying is I typically, before ChatGPT, cool 20 stack, thanks, bro, is, I will, usually I would, like, Google search this or something, but now that ChatGPT is something that exists, um, I'm saying like in years past, before ChatGPT was a thing, I would just Google search things and read Stack Overflow and stuff like that for what other people have done or like examples of what people have done. Now that ChatGPT is a thing, um, I'll use this at least for this project. I hate to say this, I really hate to say this. I feel like I've heavily leaned on it, probably too much than I should, more than I should have. I hate to say that. I really hate to say that. Um, Instead of just reading like Stack Overflow and the documentation, I've had to do those other 2 things a handful of times when ChatGPT hasn't been helpful. Um, but I mainly just use it as like, hey, can you give me an example of this specific thing that I want? And it's like, yeah, sure, and try attempts to generate something that I want. Like for example, when I want it to concatenate or add together these 2 audio clips, it loads 2 audio clips here, clip 1 and clip 2, and then it attempts to add these clips together by concatenating them. It'll like take the first clip and it'll just stitch it together to the second one. So if I have a 10-second audio clip and a 12, it'll stitch it together to make a 22 second long audio clip, where just one leads into the other as an output. And it'll be named this because it at this point writes the audio file. And it's like, oh yeah, you can just install this. It's nice. I'm not saying to rely on ChatGPT for programming. You definitely shouldn't do that. Um, but what I've learned is that if you kind of understand and know what you're doing and like the bare basics, then this is it is a helpful tool. But it can also just be a cheat Like I kind of feel like I did for this project. I feel like I cheated. I definitely can say without it, it would have taken a longer to do. Taken a lot longer to do. Um, just making sure everything's backed up. But yeah, it's kind of my project right now. Is that it is filtering out different curse words and everything here. It's pretty nice. It's pretty nice. I feel you. Yeah, it really do be like that sometimes. So let's check something. That Python folder thing I was talking about. Python program. Uh, oh, by the way, did you do a to-do app using it? Using like ChatGPT, or I don't think I've done a to-do or made a to-do app before. Um, it wouldn't technically be hard, but oh, did a to oh, I'm sorry. Did a to-do app using it. Okay, yeah, I'm sorry. I just my brain just clicked. Made a to-do app using it. Okay. That's cool. I like that. Um Who the fuck are you talking to? Yeah, my roommate. I did a to-do app. Yeah, that's cool. Does the to-do was it like a demo or something? Did you do it from scratch? I've never done it before. I don't know how common, if there is a demo out there, if there's plenty that are useful or from scratch or what. I'm just curious. I mean, it doesn't discredit anything by any means. I mean, you still did it and you learned from it for sure. I'm just wondering because now I'm curious. Like, how does it work? How did you do it? It's the most basic one. Is it I guess like how does it work? Is there like a little like pop-up somewhere that just like sets on your desktop that's like a little like bullet point to-do list? Kind of a thing that you can kind of just like add and delete stuff from? Yeah, a lot. Yeah. Oh, a lot of the tutorials. I got you. But yeah, right now I'm trying to and I hate to say it, I forget the most basic stuff in Python. I have to look it up. So don't feel bad if you ever like forget like how to when you so for context, now that I've gotten my bachelor's in I was in my undergraduate for electrical and computer engineering, I now know Python, C, Java, a little bit of C sharp, a little bit of C++, which technically you can argue about three of those are somewhat close to each other to some extent. Um, but really the big three is Python, C, and Java for me personally. I use C for like lower level embedded systems stuff, like well, Arduino is its own little weird thing or whatever, but like Arduino and Raspberry Pi Picos, these little microcontroller devices, and like STM32s is just another small microcontroller device with little metal pins on it I can connect wires to and stuff, and like control different hardwares and stuff. I really enjoy it because that's what I love to do personally. I love seeing these. I can type all these magical words on a keyboard all day long, but my favorite thing is seeing these magical words actually translate into something I can physically see in real life. um, Whether that be even if it's like blinking an LED. That's what I was talking about, that LED matrix display thing I made. I made a program that, and it's a Discord bot that's hosted on a Raspberry Pi, a small computer, and with these metal GPIO pins. I too love C. Hey, yeah, yeah. have a book somewhere around here where it's like it was a textbook I had. It was a C manual, basically written by the people who made C to kind of like help you understand it a little bit better. But I just lost my train of thought. Oh, the display thing. Yeah, it's a Discord bot that's run on a Raspberry Pi that basically takes like video, GIFs, pictures, any of those three. And what it will do is once you send it to the bot and prompt it, it'll take that file, it will pre-compile it, as in it'll basically prep it to be displayed and then save that into a library. And right after that, it will then display it to the 32 by 32 display. And it's kind of like, it looks kind of 8-bit basically. It's kind of cool. Um, RGB LED. It's one of these. Looks pretty cool. I love it. Um, Video. Oh, yeah, I do. I forgot. It's probably playing bad apple. So I started with this, and technically the project is still underway. Um, I have some larger displays down here because you can link up multiple, and that's what I was trying to do for this project OC. I'll check it out. Um, I'll be honest, this project was mostly programmed in Python. Um, Mainly because the library that this uses for the Raspberry Pi is now you can do it for the Arduino as well. Just don't expect as great results because I started with that first and then I just eventually kept upgrading. Um, but there was already a library written for this for both Arduino and Raspberry Pi. Um, and it allowed me to just once I used the Raspberry Pi, the Arduino took so long to figure out. It was so annoying. I don't know if I was dumb or what, but the Raspberry Pi one, super easy, straight out of the gate to get working. Um, but yeah, basically because I pre-compiled this, like, let's say I sent a video of like, I don't know, me dancing. If I were to ever resend that again, the computer does not have to, process that again and convert it to work on the display. No, it just pulls the pre-processed file, hands it to you. It takes no time at all. It just says, hey, I've already done this before. Start playing it. And it's like, great. So instead of it taking, let's say, maybe it was a super long clip and it took 10 minutes to process. It's happened before on slower Raspberry Pis. It's happened before with bigger files. Instead of it taking 10 minutes, it just does it like that, as long as it's been sent before. But like I like seeing projects like that where I can see my magical programming skills here actually come to life. I really enjoy that. For this project, it's a bit more, computer side stuff. Um, but that's okay too, because you need all sorts of skills to survive in the engineering world, and that's okay. Let's see here. I'm trying to understand where I can put these different folders in. You're my guru now. I hope I can be. I hope I can be. If you have any questions or anything about stuff, in the future, feel free to like comment on as you command, my lord. Feel free to like ask me questions or stuff at like any point or on like any video, because like even if it's like irrelevant to like programming stuff, because like you might have seen on YouTube, I only have like 66 subscribers, so I always get notifications of people commenting on my stuff and emails and stuff. So I'll be like, oh, okay, someone said something, that's cool. So, you know, feel free. Yeah, let me read this really quick. Um, module 1. Module 1 is stored in folder 2. Okay. It contains an add and even or that function. Import folder 2. Module 1 dot odd even. So it's called module 1. Excuse me. So method 1, import the module from different directory using sys method. So system. Okay. So let me try something. Have I backed everything up? Git status. Like I said, these are like the 4 or 5 most critical commands you need to know. There's like one other that's kind of dangerous, so I'm not gonna show you because it kind of messes with stuff, and you gotta know a little bit more about Git, which is fine. But if you ever make a mistake on a commit or something and you need to roll back to something, um, hit me up and I can send it to you. It's not hard. It's just I don't like to use it unless I have to, because it can give me a headache going forward. But and I forget it half the time. I have it written down in a notebook I used to use for an internship for engineering and programming and stuff. Okay, so the branch is fine. Everything's backed up. So let's move this over here. Move you here. Let's try and go folder here called make sure I spell this right. Make a new folder called dependency files. So I will take you, 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 you. I'll shove all of you into here. And so from there, I'm trying to think really quick. Trying to think. Kind of a problem. Pretty hard to do. Close. Just checking something. Anyways, so I just reorganize all these files. Okay, so I import sys port system, and so let's do this, and this should just be dependency. Wrong backslash. Hopefully this knows what it means locally. Hopefully this works. If it explodes, look at something. Well, it exploded. now that I think about it, I need to do these things first because it's trying to import something that doesn't exist. So do I need to do, oh, that's annoying. Python get current file directory. Let me check something. I'm basically right now what I'm doing here is I'm trying to get the current file directory that this program is in, and I'm trying to, from there, basically just move it along and say, hey, I'm here, now move on to this folder here. But I'm having issues with that. Okay. So it's being ran here. And yes, I know that's duplicated because that is how it is done. Um, there we go. Awesome. So this should now be doing... Ooh. This might not work for the second half. Because it might try to pull the... Well, it's using the video file right now for dependent files. I'm not sure. We'll see. Basically, it might try to call a file that's not in its current directory. Meaning that I might need to like switch directories mid-program. Be like, yeah, I exist. Go back here. Can you explain the line 5 thing, dependency? Line 5. Okay, so the... Okay. Uh, yeah, I think it exploded because of file directories. Okay, so what I'm doing here is that I had looked up basically, well, let me explain a little bit of line 3. So line 3 is getting the current like file directory and everything all of this main program is stored in. So it's getting basically all of this information. And I don't want to hard code it because whatever system it's on, it's not going to be the same every single time. So if I just tell the program to pull it, great. It might still explode because people sometimes use spaces in folders and file names, and I try not to do that because that's when things explode. And yeah, you can use quotation marks around it. It's a weird thing, but anyways, that's what this is doing. It's getting the current file directory. So like I said, it's just getting this. What I need is I need this. And the only difference between the two is that I need to go to this, I just need to tack that, or sorry, this on. So that's what I did, is that I just told it, hey, can you please change the file directory, in this case the system path, to that folder, and it's slash slash because, long story short, it's a weird thing with strings. You have to do the slash slash in order for it to register correctly, because sometimes you use that slash for like special characters like backslash R or backslash N. Check something. Yeah. So see how it's like a little bit lighter color of orange? That shows it's a special character. So if I do backslash R, same thing. Backslash N is a new line, so it's like pressing enter. Backslash R, I can't remember. But that slash slash just says, hey buddy, put this slash, this special command here, it's an actual slash. Please put an actual slash here for the file directory. That's what that's doing there. Oh, so, oh, to escape the special characters. Yeah, I have to basically slap that there so that it works correctly, because without it, um, it would probably just do that. Oh, sorry, do this, and or try to do like more specifically, it would try to take backslash D as a special character, and I don't know if it is one, but it will try to sometimes, I think, in this case, and it'll possibly explode. So I'm not gonna chance it. I'll just do slash slash. it's a it's a Python thing. I don't know if C's like that too. I feel like C might be like, no, C's like that too. Backslash N and stuff like that. These special characters. You just gotta know how to work around them or look them up. I've just done this for so long, programming. I just know it's a thing. I am dumb. Nah, you're just new. It's alright. You have to learn all these little tips and tricks along the way. It's all part of the process of learning programming. And thankfully, most programming language to some extent is transferable to other programming languages. That's what I've learned. It's great. That's how I learned Python first, then Java, then C. So, take everything with a grain of salt. Let's see here. Okay, so it broke. So I feel like I need to change file directories. Again. Transcript to bleeps. Line 33 and run first. Okay. Issue here. Bleep.mp3. Well, bleep.mp3 is here. Bleep long mp3 cannot be found. I am already in the correct directory, am I not? The dependency files directory? Do I need to hit it with that again? When I go to the, 1 second. I'll try it. I'm not sure if it'll work. Can't even type the word clear right. Look who's dumb now. Technically, I don't need to run the first section of this program, but I'm just going to for continuity and checking sake. Make sure everything's working smoothly, and this only takes like 40 to 50 seconds, so what's the hurry, you know? Might take some Dayquil here in a minute, just to help with my nose. You know, that's valid. I never defined current directory. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah, I know your country. I live in the U.S. Um, Get status. If I can spell the word commit right, that'd be great. Commit. And if I can spell git correctly. Typing too fast for myself. Get status. Get push. Oopsies. There we go. Oh. Yeah, we do. I'll be honest, I haven't been keeping too much with it. I don't know if I mentioned it or not, but today was the first day of the semester at college for me. So I've been preparing for that. Not to mention it's also my brother's birthday, so I've been trying to prepare for that too. So I haven't been keeping too much in the loop about that stuff at the moment. I kind of just, between you and me, I kind of let my parents do the research on the electees, and then because I have the same, if not similar, beliefs as my parents, I usually ask them what their thoughts are on it, and if I think it's a bit weird, then I'll look more into it myself. But typically, their research is reliable. So I usually just vote the same way they do because they've done probably more research than me. But like I said, unless it conflicts with what I think, based on what the reason they are voting for something, not a problem. So where's my water at? I'll be right back. I am gonna take that Dayquil really quick. I'm gonna mute up really quick. I'll let this run, and well, I guess we'll see if there's an error. Alright, I'm back. I got the medication. Please check that you've entered the correct path. Yeah, it's in the same. Get your tabs. Ooh, excuse me. Also, got me tablets. Hopefully it'll at least help with my runny nose. Which will help with the coughing. It blasted again, I guess. It is. Um, what I might do is the original example I found, which is, again from W3, or Geeks for Geeks, which is a good one, website that I like to use, for looking stuff up. So I just searched this on Google, and I scrolled a little bit, and I did not click on the first one I saw, because that's not. Heh. Maybe it's what I need, I don't know. a trait. Um, Usually Geeks for Geeks is reliable and how it helps. I mean, like that I think gave, yeah, that gave like one possible example, and this gives one method, two method, gives at least two different methods. But I usually use them a decent amount if there's an example for something. But let's try that append thing, because that means I don't have to change much. Oops. I don't know why I imported OS twice. It was a silly move of me. Just keeping those there just in case. Oh, right. I need to turn you off, too. Okay, so it seems to be pulling these from that file directory, which is what I want, right? I think I'm doing something stupid. If this crashes again, I'm gonna just slap this up here, put this right behind it, and go from there. I might have to, I hate to say it, I might have to figure out a way to change the directory back to what it previously was. Maybe. But since this technically appends the directories of what's being used as an add-on to what's already there, it might still be able to see the video. I said might, I did say it did. None of this freaked out. It freaked out, why did it freak out again? Sorry. Transcript to bleeps 132. Okay, it freaked out here. Which, if I recall correctly, it's used here, yeah. It's complaining about an audio clip. Let me try to, it's gonna be so dumb. Let me try to do this. Basically just expose that, that function to basically add that file directory again to the, thing. To just append it to this and see where we go. But it's weird because I appended the file directory to the current file directory stuff. It's like, yeah, I don't really exist, but it's clearly right here. That's the weird thing, is that it's referencing the audio file that's in the same directory as itself. Because this program's here, and that's there, so I don't know. It's just been weird with me, man. I exploded again. Time to hit the good old Google. I doubt that it's going to be useful. It was, in fact, not useful. Let's do GPT. Help me figure out this issue. Verify that it's in the, okay, that's the correct file directory, it's assuming. That is correct. It's pretty high level for me. It's, it's goofy. It's really goofy. Um, I literally just said, help me figure this issue out, and then just slapped it there. That's the correct directory. Um, Correct pathing code. Double check your code in your transcript to bleeps function where the sound clip is being loaded. Ensure that the path specified matches the actual. I might be silly. What if I just do I feel like that doesn't need to be there. What if I just did? Because technically that's where it is. Might disable this for testing. Because this transcribing stuff is well, also generate. If I disable this, I need to disable this too. Technically, this needs to go into this function, but it's alright. For context, don't be too intimidated by my programming. Many of my computer science friends and programming friends have told me my programming is atrocious and very messy, and I'm trying my best to work on it. That's why I have all of these separate files, and I technically probably need to rename them for what they are, because run second is technically true. Crap. Um, um, Fine. Let me try this. This is... Oh, OS is already imported. Well, here, let me do this. Check something. Basically, what I'm doing here is, since it can't find the file directory that it needs to for this programming, or for this audio file, instead of using a relative path, as in like, like this folder is close to this folder, go here, which is what I did. I thought it was over here. I attempted to do if I were to just use this, but it was being silly with me. And so I'm just using the full entire file path, just copy and paste it, and it should give me the exact location of the exact file for any system, anytime. If it doesn't work, I might cry a little. Because technically speaking, I'm only doing this just to make it nice. And so, as in like nice and more clean and everything. God forbid. Oh, wait, hold on. It's doing a double dip. Let me delete that and try it again. It was, I think, putting the same file directory twice, which one of those folders doesn't exist. So it was going further than it thought it should be going. It was going attempting to go further than what actually existed, which was making it explode for what I just tried. That's why you print out your stuff and check it. It's a really quick way to check your programming. Just printing out certain variables. I know sometimes there's like a little pop-up you can use to like track different variables as you're like stepping through the program. Because you can like run the program like uh, line by line by line, but I don't do that unless I really have to. That's just me. You don't have to do that, but okay. It looks like it's working now. I think it's working now. Praying to God it's working now. It might output the video file here instead of here. We'll see. It's going to be the exact same input file just with the number 2 behind it. It might be this one. Okay, there it is. This is the file saying it's modified, which means that's what it's doing right now. It's modifying it. New thing for you, the print statement checking stuff, or the file directory shenanigans. The file directory shenanigans, it's something that I just struggle with because I don't use it often, because I'm getting used to trying to modularize my program instead of just shoving everything in one program. It's nice to have everything in one program, but it's hard sometimes to print. Okay, I gotcha. It's just sometimes hard for me to do stuff or go back and re-understand my code. That's kind of what I try to do with WAB when I added new features is just make different files and everything for them. So like I called one the librarian and I think one the runner, which went and got something from the librarian program, which it's like, hey buddy, if the librarian with the WAB thing, the wireless announcement board, that LED matrix display, like I said, if there was a previous file that was sent before, and you're sending it again, it'll just pull the pre-processed thing and save a bunch of time. 2 programs, you know, one program called this program and said, hey librarian, do you have anything? Oh yes I do, I have that exact file. The runner program would, sorry, the librarian would then go to the runner program and say, hey, go grab this for me and give it to so and so. It would be like, okay. So go to the file directory, grab that file, and say, hey, this is where this file is located. And the librarian would say, hey buddy, this is where your file's located. Be like, okay, thank you. And then I can then use it from there. I'm trying to modularize stuff with this. It's just so I can kind of like say, hey, this is dedicated for this is dedicated for it's annoying. Kind of both. Gotcha. Git commit dash m. Let's hit it with another git status. Nice. Okay. So in my folder now, instead of that big old messy clump I had, I have this now. Well, hold on though. I have this now. I technically don't need this. I technically don't need this. Technically don't need this. Don't need that. So here, let's just highlight what I don't need. I don't need this, don't need this, don't need this. Technically don't need this. I'm keeping it though because it's my notes. On some stuff. This is the main running file. So if I what's in testing grounds? I'm not sure what's using that right now, but okay, cool. Done and dusted. Indeed. We're correct. Get here. Oh, well, that's not going to do anything. Status. Okay, yeah, nothing's new. Cool. Okay. So, yeah. Right now, other than pretty much this folder, I'm not really sure what this folder does. It generates sometimes. I think that might be a VS Code thing that program editor I'm using right now. Visual Studio Code, whatever its real name is. Don't think I need this. Don't think I need this. I know I need pretty much everything else. This is the output file. That's pretty much it's clean. Um, the only thing now that needs to, in my opinion, change is is current directory even used at all? Let me check something. Okay, so I don't think I need this. Let me make sure. Um, let's check and see how long it takes. Let's say that before I click that button it was 3 to 5 seconds. Let's see how long this minute and 10-second clip takes to transcribe, edit the video and everything, and save. I think editing the audio is the quickest part. That's where you see the concatenated part after all those timestamps. I said it takes. I'm gonna repeat it again, 40 to 50 seconds for this son of a gun. This is just me making sure that everything is up to snuff now that I've deleted a bunch of stuff. It makes me feel better. See, all of the audio has been stitched together now. It's great. So now it's stitching together the video. Not that it's too important, but this is the how much time's passed. This is how much time that I think is left that it assumes that it's going to take to finish processing. So like I said, I think processing takes around 40 to 50 seconds for this, in order for the audio to be fully stitched with this video. This is going to be a lot bigger for bigger video files, but with the amount of curse words in here, I'm thoroughly impressed about how fast this audio stitches together. Okay, so for like a minute long, minute 10 long video, it took 2 minutes for it to process all of that, transcribing, editing audio, resaving it, done. Well, I mean, I missed a step, obviously in the middle of where it's like transcribing audio, filtering out curse words, editing audio based on curse words, and then save, yeah. But that all took basically 2 minutes. Pretty solid, pretty solid. So let's do. I'll be honest, I'm backing this stuff up way too often than I should. Um, but it makes me feel better because I'm making, in my opinion, like this program's done, right? So it makes me feel good just to make these little tweaks and backups and stuff. Um, makes me feel just good about it. I'm just deleting useless code. Hmm. There's a present, okay, degree. Yeah, you're pursuing. So, like I was saying, my undergraduate, which I got this past year in 2023, was in electrical and computer engineering, and this year, this semester actually, I'm going to be finishing my master's degree in electrical engineering. Mainly because, between you and me, even though I'm doing this programming project and I do, in fact, thoroughly enjoy programming, I, and at least in a classroom setting, I really just, for me personally, okay, so for every programming class I've taken, it's definitely been useful. Don't get me wrong, it's definitely for sure been useful. However, I've not enjoyed any of them. um, I hate to say that. I mean, I just haven't. And so when it came for me to decide whether or not I wanted a master's, and the reason, I'll be honest, the reason I am pursuing it is because with certain jobs, or at least over here, if you have a master's degree in a relevant field, or even if you don't, sometimes, at least in this case, if I do embedded systems, which is both hardware and software, which the electrical degree will apply, um, then I can get a little bit extra more money because I'm now more competent. It shows that I'm more competent and I know more about that subject. Um, and so the short answer is I got my electrical engineering master's because I wanted more money as I go into the engineering world. Um, and because of me taking some classes that counted, thankfully, both towards my undergraduate degree, so my bachelor's, and my master's degree. For my master's degree, normally I'd have to take 10 classes, but because I took 3 classes in my undergraduate that counted both towards my master's and my undergraduate degree, it's allowed me to only have to take 7. So last semester I only took 3 classes. This semester I'm taking 4. So I have like the minimum, yeah, university, yeah. There you go. Sorry. um, yeah. The college is located in Tulsa, that's why it's the University of Tulsa. Yeah. But yeah, this semester I have 4. Um, and my degree will be finished after this year. University of Tulsa, sorry. Um, I had on in a previous stream Well, I had this hat on, which is another logo for my college too, and I kind of like this look better, streaming wise, anyways. Um, Turn my head a little bit. I need to loosen it, but yeah, I go to the University of Tulsa. I'll be honest, it's a bit pricey, but like I was saying, my undergraduate degree, uh, on my diploma it says electrical and computer engineering, and my class was the last class to have that option because they just changed the name of the degree plan to computer engineering. Well, thank you. It does suit me, thank you. Um, what I've noticed is I've applied to places like power companies and stuff, right? Like people who keep up like the power grids and stuff. And um, people have told me that people who understand um, basically are more well informed, I guess, than the others. I don't want to say smarter. Um, know that computer engineering is just electrical engineering with more software, with more programming included in it, more programming classes, at least for me. And so I have the same accolades as an electrical engineer, which is why my degree is called electrical and computer engineering. The name just changed officially this last year after I graduated. Um, it has to do with some sort of certification stuff, basically. Um, but anyways, what I was trying to say is like these power companies, like when I applied to, when they read computer engineering, they didn't read for some reason on my resume, or some people call it a CV, um, it just said computer engineering because that was going to be the new name for it, right? New classification, even though that's not what's going to be in what's is on my diploma. Sorry. Um, but the guy didn't understand what a computer engineer was. He's like, well, we don't need no computer engineers. We need electrical engineers to work on, these power lines and stuff. And I'm like, reread that again. And I take it back. It did say electrical and computer. He just missed the word electrical and on the resume. And I was like, are you? And he's like, oh, my bad. And I'm like, are you kidding me? Because what I'm trying to say is that from what I've heard, people who are in the know or understand the difference between an electrical and a computer engineer is that computer, like I said, just knows more software typically than an electrical engineer. But the computer engineer knows just as much and took the exact same classes and everything as an electrical engineer. um, but yeah, that's why I'm happy I got my degree that says electrical and computer. um, because ignorant people who don't know about stuff like that, they just don't know, and I miss opportunities. It's a little annoying. Bro, I don't know. I think he was on something. No, he was a good old, well, we like to say a good old country boy. He kind of talks like this. Doesn't sound very smart, but he probably is. I don't know. He was a older, middle-aged white guy, last I recall. It's been several years, but I was like, are you kidding me? But, you know. Okay, I want to test this program now. PSEUDOCODE. See, I didn't need to push that, but I did. I'm just doing that too much. Don't need to do that. I need to do you. Yes, thank you. Yes, status. I want to do a different video. Um, Thankfully my desktop audio is still muted. Let me see if I can find a video with cursing in it. I think I have one on my desktop that I can run through it for cleanliness. Yes, exactly. I want it to be clean, fresh. Here, let me move this over here. I think it might be in my videos folder. Okay, I found the video. Let's copy. Let's head back to you. Let's paste. Let's get the file name here. So I just added this file here called, this is a friend I was playing with. You got struck by lightning in Lethal Company. And so there are several curse words in it. Let me make sure which ones they are before I demonstrate. And again, it's a minute-long clip. I'm just using short clips so that I don't have to sit through, hours of footage. But I know there's at least 3 curse words in this one, but it's still, I found the outcome funny, so that's why I have it. Let me check if the audio is okay. That's in the words. 1 curse word. My eyes, they hurt a little bit. I'm not talking for a good chunk of this video. Okay, I've cursed at least 2 to 3 times in this video. Okay, that was the 3rd. And you see them getting struck and thrown. Okay, video's being weird. Anyways, yeah, I can show the video. It's clean enough. It's clean enough. Here, let me play it. It's right here. It's right here.
Stop.
This is my test
Okay.
video. I'm about to feed it.
Okay, I'm stepping out since I have all the shit.
One.
Back in, back in, back in, back in, back in!
In case you don't know, the little lightning effect means the lightning's about to strike it.
Oh, you fucking died.
Watch out.
Hide your metal shit.
And they're dead. I don't say anything else for the rest of this clip. And it might freak out here in a minute. The audio clip, that is. Or the video clip. So, whoever's on the ship just teleported their body. Got collected to the ship. And I'm just like, well, alright. So, I'm gonna run that file through the program now. It's a MP4. Thanks. So let's run the program. Here, let's clear it first and then run the program. Just for a clean output because it's pretty. There's a lot less words in this video, so it might take less than 2 minutes. Not to mention that it's only a minute long. This is kind of just me proving that my program's robust enough to be used for other videos than just the demo video. So consider this like demo video 2 or whatever. Yeah. I know I think 2 of the same words are used for this, but it's alright. Kinda just chillin', seeing how the program works, just in case it explodes. That's promising, that's promising, that's promising. I'll add like 5 or 6 seconds onto this. I'll say 5, because of how slow I was to react. This is a minute-long clip, by the way, with 3 curse words only. But, like, it did all that fast, so I'm not too worried about it. Oh, that's not good. Something broke. Looks like it failed closing. I just realized you couldn't see the timer. So it's called it 1 minute and 20 seconds for a minute long clip, but it crashed at the end. Maybe the... Let me check something. Trying to figure out where the file name is, basically. See if there's an encoding output error or something, or what. Okay, an MP4 was also used here at one point. Apparently, based on my notes here. I'm not sure. Let me, well, I've already watched the original video. Let's see what the output video is. Let's refresh just in case. Because it might have been fine.
It's right here, it's right here.
Stop. Okay.
Okay, I'm stepping out since I have all the Back in, back in, back in, back in, back in!
I got impatient.
Oh, you died.
Watch out.
Hide your metal.
All fine. I don't know why it crashed there. Okay, that's interesting. Oops. Good lord. Quite a lot of stuff. Goodness. That's a lot of stuff, my guy. Anyways, close. Over? Stream's not over. I was just checking the basically I was just pushing this version or stuff to get because there was an error here. Um it happened right here. I'm not sure exactly what happened, but it like the program failed to close properly. I've never seen that happen before. I know it happens sometimes, but it doesn't seem to affect the output video that I just watched at all. It bleeped all 3 bad words just fine. So I was just taking a note saying, hey, buddy, not sure what's going on, but it happened. But yeah, I'm thinking of trying to feed more test videos to this thing. Let me check my videos folder. Okay, I already have, don't need those files anymore. Don't need the Riley files. Demo backups. Here, let's crack open ChatGPT really quick and make a little batch file, shall we? The reason I added the pause for 5 seconds is because I need to see it print and verify that it printed. Okay, let's see here what it's doing. I don't know batch too well for context. I'm kind of just learning it myself too. It's gonna take a user input. I don't know exactly what this does, but it looks like it executes this Python file. I need to say Python 3, but still. Looks like it waits for 5 seconds and then clears. This Python file looks like it takes the input of basically takes this right here and it stores it here and it tells it to print it here. This is a weird format. I don't like doing it like this. Technically I could have just done end quote. Well, I could have gotten rid of the F and just did end quote plus stru and it would have been fine. Let me check it. Let's go here. So let's copy this bat file and go here. And basically I need to do this. I guess rem is like pseudocode, so a note, I guess. Oh wait, hold on. No, I need this. That's required because it pulls it from here. I'm sorry. Okay. And so in addition to this, let's make the program let's name it the exact same thing that it named it. Might as well, right? Why your Python script.py. Might as well. And go here, copy that, slap that there. So theoretically, when I run the batch file over here, what I did to do test batch, if I do this, it should ask for my user input, hello world. It should print that out to me because of Python. It's gonna wait 5 seconds and then close. Because on the okay, cool. Get status, checking stuff. Get add period. Get commit -m deleted. irrelevant media files, moved some in new folder as backup for demo testing. Words, using certain words. Public. But still allow people to test out the demo. Test the I forgot to mention the batch. Oops. So, taking the knowledge that I just learned from this, basically, whatever I type in into that batch file here, it'll just send it over to my Python file. So, what I can do here is that with test.batch, what I can do is theoretically, what I can do here is I can just do this. Oh, well, okay, I guess it makes this wait 5 seconds and this also wait 5 seconds. That's interesting. Don't know which one's more important, but cool. What I can do is I can and I'm just gonna be lazy. So theoretically speaking, if I copy you, slap you in here, let's close you, let's open you, and I just do run first dot py. So that should do that. That should then put it here. I'm not sure if this matters. It might not. I'm not sure. This is all the fun part of messing with programming. You're not sure if it'll work. You're gonna test it anyways. Okay, so that's the batch file. I just clicked it twice and it opened up. So I want, first of all, I'm going to delete the uh, atrocious file where I say some very questionable words. For sure, say some questionable words. And yeah, I'm going to delete that. And like I said before, I'm going to replace it with the Riley cursing one, because that is better. But now that I've done that, I need Riley's file name, which is, let's copy you and throw you here because I need to edit you. Let's get the file name, let's copy it. It's the exact file path. I'm not sure if it matters, but let's find out. It might be terrible, it might be great, I don't know. If it's terrible, then I can just trim off all the excess. Okay, that's valid. Since it was terrible. That's valid. Should be just be that. So that happened. Uh, okay, now I'm a bit confused. I'm just confused. It's a batch file. Thing. Oh well, hold on. Uh, I ran it once, but it looks like it generated the. Well, is that new? That's the same. Heh. Is it call? Should I just do call? Let's try it out. I mean, God forbid. This is the right file, right? Dang it, it's not the right. I'm a goober. So it should be theoretically. Okay, that's a problem. I think. The error's out because of an error message. I mean, duh. Line 15, the else statement's messed up. Oh. That's my bad. Dude, I got busted in home. Good night. Good night, man. Thanks for coming. Free to come again. Had a good time. Get some rest later, bro. Oh, trust me, I'll be sleeping hard tonight. I'll be sleeping good. Thank you. Goodness. Let's try that batch program again. Thanks a lot. Yeah. Uh, okay. Getting somewhere. That's 1 o'clock. There we go. Oh, they followed me. Thank you. Oh, wait. I just now saw, um, your message about was he a certain word, choice word. Oh my goodness. Did I not see it over here in the chat? Um, okay. Yeah, no, I didn't see that, but that's funny. I didn't see that. But I got 2 follows today. That makes me pretty happy. So it looks like it finished in like a minute and whatever. So, but let's check the output video to make sure that it's all solid.
It's right here, it's right here.
Stop. Okay.
Okay, I'm stepping out since I have all the Back in, back in, back in, back in, back in!
That's 1. I'm just counting the number of curse words that it filters properly.
Oh, you died.
Watch out!
That'll be another
Hydra
one.
metal.
Good. And it's being weird because of OneDrive syncing. That's fine. But let me verify that's not just being goofy. Okay, that's pretty much where I was. So yeah, the video's not screwed up. It's just being silly. Yeah, yeah. Alright, so let's verify that the cursing is actually like...
It's right here, it's right here.
Stop. Okay.
Okay, I'm stepping out since I have all the shit.
Okay, yeah. It's bleeping out the words correctly. Good. Good, good, good. This is what we want. So, batch file works. Push. Cool. So yeah, that happened. That's pretty cool. Let's see. So that was all from Twitch, and it all said that the guy was from Twitch. So that's cool. And it looks like when I send the clip, okay, yeah, that's fine. Maybe I should, in my account, put my YouTube channel as well. Might not be a bad idea. I've gained 2, thank you very much. But yeah, cool. It's awesome. The video quality to YouTube so terrible because it was on auto. Does it look like on Twitch too? This kind of semi-cringe looking. No, it looks better on Twitch. That's weird. Whatever. That's interesting. Cool. Anyways, so yeah, my swearing program works great now, and it works with a .bat file. So let's rename you to so if I do that, and then I do, oops. Did the dependency files save any of the audio? No, they do not. Because it used to, or at least it still does, it generates this temporary audio file. Well, it's now temporary, that file now. And once it's done transcripting, I've told it to delete it. Because I don't need it anymore. I never used it again. And it's a waste of space. So, yeah. But what I can do is I can delete test.batch now. Okay, did it again. It's this weird output, where it says it's failed, but the output video file always seems fine to me.
It's right.
Hydrometal.
Hydrometal.
Okay. So yeah, again, it's working fine. It just sometimes does that weird error. I'm not sure why. Um, oh, Tommy's calling me. Give me just a second. I'm gonna mute up. I had that was a call from one of my friends, Tommy, Reed, not in it. um, and he was calling me about seeing if one of the professors that works at TU still works if he still works at TU, because that professor's like slowly going into retirement as like part-time professor. It's a whole thing. He's like went from like professor to like part-time professor. It's whatever. We love Jessom. We love Jessom. That's the professor's name. We love him. But yeah, I don't blame him for asking. Um, but yeah, let me back this up. Get status, get add, get commit dash m. So for those of you who are watching this now, um, basically this program that I'm making here is it's designed to basically automatically detect curse words and automatically bleep them in a video that you feed into the program. So you basically just run this little file, you just click it. Well, now, within the last 20 minutes, um, it was just an extra add-on just to make it nice for people. All I have to do to run it now is I just double-click this program. I just specify the file name that I want edited, and the file's already in here. And this is a previous output. It just names it 2. um, and it'll just start going. But for some reason, it throws this error as it like fails to close the program. For some reason, not sure why. It just does that sometimes. It seems to do it more frequently with this video clip versus the original demo video clip, which has a bunch of he's saying a bunch of different questionable words. Let's put it that way. To verify that the program does in fact bleep them out. Whether I say them slowly, at a medium pace, I'm not sure what you want to define medium pace and slow pace at, or fast, but just basically 3 paces of relatively slow and spaced out so the program could ideally hear them well. Medium, as in like a regular normal conversation like I'm talking right now. And then the final one is, or the final one was me testing to see if like you say the words really quickly and in rapid succession, just really fast, one after the other, to see if it would catch it. And there's only problem with 2 words at medium speed, and that was because the transcripting program, basically the thing that takes the audio and turns it into words and puts timestamps on every word, it misread 2 words consistently, and still does if you just feed it back into the program. Um, and I can basically it just fails to bleep those words, so it's a disclaimer that sometimes this program doesn't automatically bleep words that it should, but it overall the words that it like really needs to bleep, it bleeps them. It bleeps them for sure. Out of all that testing, it bleeps the what I would consider the most important ones. Um, yeah, there's only 2 that it didn't, and that was literally it was ass and so sometimes the program hears the word fuck as buck, and so in my little list of curse words basically, I have the word buck also in there, but for some reason, when I said buck to make sure that it was detecting it correctly, for some reason that second time worked fine the first and the final time when I said it fast and slow, but not normal speed. I don't know why. But when I said buck, that that second time at middle speed, it literally just for some reason wrote the word book, and it was very certain that I said book. For some reason with the word ass, again it was for the second, normal speed talking, normal speed, yeah. For the word ass, it just put the letter S. It was like I am very certain he said the letter S. I don't know if that's a glitch in the program or what, but in the second demo video that I'm using this for, it works fine. Just sometimes throws this error, and I'm not entirely sure why. I might do a try catch maybe to see, as in like, hey, try to attempt to do this program if something fails, basically, if this, I can program it to say if this specific failure occurs, just ignore it. Because the output file, it doesn't seem to change or matter that this error happened, so yeah. But I've been streaming for about 3 hours now, so I think I'm going to call it there. So thank you all who liked and subscribed. Thank you for those on YouTube who checked in, and thank you for those on Twitch who checked in. And thank you to Hard IKTP for subscribing on Twitch. Thank you. So, alright, have a